Oh, good morning and welcome to the Celebrant Circle.
Happy New Year. Welcome to Celebrant. Welcome to the Celebrant Circle. We haven't started really, I promise. Here's to 2022. We thought what better way to begin than with a little bit of a toast. And those of you who know me know that this is normal.
Normal.
Cheers. Cheers. So hi everyone. On our we did a live launch about half an hour ago of the Celebrant Circle, and it was amazing. There were so many people there. It was just fantastic. However, we discovered as we were going along, and people were frantically pinging messages to us, that some people are having problems with the link. Now we've looked and looked at it and we can't work out, so there's obviously some kind of gremlin in the system, but anyway, so we thought let's just quickly, before we get completely hammered on the champagne, let's come on and just go through what we were talking about for those of you who didn't get to see it, and go through some of the things that we were talking about. So the first one was obviously a cheers and a happy new year. And the first thing we did was we did some introductions. So Nikki, over to you.
I'm Nikki, otherwise known as Costa Celebrant, ceremonies by Nikki Coolin, and I run a successful celebrant business in both southern Spain and here in Sussex.
So I'm Jacqueline Kale, and a lot of you I know already through training, as of course a lot of you know Nikki as well. Ceremonies by Jacqueline Kale. I run my celebrant business between the UK and Southwest France. So as well as a celebrant, and my business is really successful, thank goodness. I also am a celebrant trainer and bring a wealth of teaching and training background to the role, as is Nikki, who's got you're a teacher, aren't you?
Absolutely.
You're teaching background.
So I'm a qualified teacher, and between us we have trained nearly 200 celebrants.
Yeah, actually, it's a lot of celebrants
we've
trained.
Indeed.
So the first question that most people would ask is, why have you set up the Celebrant Circle? And why are you different? What do you offer that's training-wise and organization-wise than is already out there? Because of course, there are other organizations out there, and the main reason that we began to even talk about this was, being totally honest, was that we were approached by other people asking us if we would do this. Now, whether it was because they were feeling a little disillusioned or disenfranchised by the organizations they were working for, quite a few people who had trained with both Nikki and myself approached us to ask if we ever were going to do anything by either ourselves or the two of us, because both of us had trained and belonged to a previous organization. And the initial thought was, no, not really, but thank you for asking, it's really nice. But then this kind of groundswell grew a little bit. So we put our heads together and said, could we do this? Would we do this? And if we did do it, how would we do it? What would we want to do? So as we'll talk about as we go through this, one of the things that we did was we threw the question straight back at people who were talking to us about this and saying, well, what was it that you would like? What are you looking for from either a training organization or a membership organization? What is it that you want that for some reason your needs aren't being met elsewhere? And we got some very, very interesting answers. We'll talk a little bit more about this on the website and on other lives and on other things that we'll do. But one of on the training side of things is that people are looking for top quality, as you've named it, gold standard training to go with our logo, the gold rings, but are looking for experienced trainers who, a training organization whose trainers actually are working experienced celebrants, both in the UK market and the European market, which we're going to be training for the European market, the European celebrant market as well. Both Nikki and myself are highly experienced trainers. As she said, we've trained a few people now. We're also experienced at both live, in-person, classroom-based training, but also online training. And this isn't distance learning training. No. This is live training in an online classroom. And we were the first people to deliver online celebrant training in the UK, and it was in response to the pandemic, wasn't Absolutely. It? The first pandemic.
And I think that, you know, the fact that it's live is so important, because as Jacqueline has already said, we bring a wealth of experience to what we're doing. We are real celebrants doing it now. We didn't do it before, we're doing it now. So we have experience to share. Lots and lots of top tips with our students.
You like a top tip?
I like a top tip. I like a top tip. But just practicalities, you know, it's so important to be prepared to go out and do this job, because there is still so many people who think that, you know, we just turn up on the day, and it's there's so much more to it than that.
Well, I do, don't you?
I wish.
I wish. People just don't realise, do they? And certainly any of you experienced celebrants out there watching this, there's so much more to it. So yeah, so we've got this wealth of knowledge. And as I say, we experience live trainers and online trainers. And also we've been approached by people looking to train for the European market in France, Spain, who knows where else. So that's something that we are going to be doing, is training for destination type of weddings, particularly. I've done funerals in France as well. I think you've done a funeral in Spain, haven't you?
Spain.
But so yeah, so our training kind of is European as well. And then looking at the membership side of things, one of the main things that we were hearing was that there were people feeling that it was all very well that they trained with an organization, but they felt somewhat abandoned afterwards, or they felt that they didn't really know the people who they were then going on to be either mentored with or whatever. And it's something that we feel very, very strongly about, that there is ongoing support, that there is a membership, that whether you come in as a member, so anyone who wants to come into our organization as a member, we will be going out of our way to get to know anyway. We want to know who's coming into the organization, because anyone who is in the circle, we very much hope and wish that they'll be aligned to our values, the core values of this organization. Which is we are absolutely fully inclusive, fair-minded, honest. We hold our integrity very, very highly, and it's a little bit like a family. And I love that this my favorite phrase of 2021 that I discovered was, your vibe attracts your tribe, and I love that. And very much we want to create a vibe within our membership that everyone feels held, everyone feels they matter, that they're not just a number, they're not just a payment that goes through on a yearly basis. We know our members, we get to know them, whether we've trained them, whether we meet them, whether we interact with them. You don't get away with anything on this watch. We'll know who you are and we will connect. And equally, we would hope that you would connect back with us. So yeah, we also, the other reason is we absolutely love what we do. We love our job and we love working as trainers and mentors and supporters of celebrants. So there's nothing nicer than, again, belonging to that tribe. But also, we were talking about this earlier, it's about passing the baton on, that if we can bring more people into the fold, celebrancy, there is room for everyone. And we really firmly believe this, that the adage of collaboration, community, you know, that kind of thing, that this is an ethos that we firmly believe in, because having experienced our own training, our own organizations, retreats, that kind of thing, there is nothing more important in the Celebrant world, because it can be a bit of a lonely job at times, than belonging to some kind of support network, somewhere that you belong, that you can go to, this safe place and hang out with people and ask questions, be supported. We're cheerleaders, we're, you know, really very much for our members. So that's a little bit about us. You'll see more on the website. And speaking of the website, Nikki, I'm going to hand to you. We've had a few teething problems.
Absolutely, absolutely. Unfortunately, we were let down by our web developer. So I have done sort of a crash course to really and produce something in a very, very short period of time. So it's live, but it's not perfect, but it's a starting point, and it's a platform from where we will go on. We've also got our Facebook page live. We've also got our Instagram page, just to give you some sort of vibe, and that I like that word, vibe, about what we're about. We're about top quality, the gold standard, as Jacqueline mentioned already.
You love that, don't you?
I do. But it is, you know, we are really passionate about what we do. We have had a lot of experience now. We've tweaked. We're lifelong learners, so we're constantly learning. And I always say this to students I train as well. I never walk away from a ceremony, and those celebrants amongst us will already know this, without having learnt something. And it's the same with everything that we've done. I mean, we've put this together in a very short period of time.
When we hit the button, it was like, right, now we're going to do it.
Let's go. And, you know, that's luckily exactly how we are, isn't it? That we're able to do that. And we have learned so much along the way. This month that we've been working together on it, it's been a small matter of Christmas getting in the way as well,
and families and whatever,
those sorts of
things.
I think
our families are actually sick of us.
Absolutely.
And find you busy looking at the website.
So we'll be opening for membership on the 10th of January to give us a bit of breathing space from this point forward. But we want to hear from you. We want to know what you want from us. As Jacqueline said, we've already heard from lots of people who approached us in the first place, and people that have been championing what we're doing, which has been fabulous. But we want to hear, you know, tell us what you're looking for, what's missing somewhere else or whatever, because we're all ears. We want to hear all about it. And we're going to be putting together what we're calling the inner circle. Absolutely. We're going to talk a bit more about the inner circle, which is our membership. So when you become a member, and if you train with us, you will have automatically a year's inner circle membership, but you can join the inner circle and the membership. I'll pass over to you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Nikki. Just like being in the BBC News, isn't it? We will get better.
Quite,
we will get better at these as well. So the inner circle, we're opening on the 10th for membership. The inner circle will offer you, obviously, your insurance, first of all, to work as a celebrant. And it will be a place, you will also get access to the Celebrant surgery and to the Learning Lounge, which I'll talk a little bit about these as well. You will have access to all kinds of things that we're planning on doing. But first of all, let's do the Celebrant surgery. So the Celebrant surgery is going to be once a week. The surgery will be open. The doctors will be in the house. And it's a place where members can come along and bring your problems, bring your wins, bring your worries. If there's anything specifically that you might want to be discussed in the surgery, flag us up in advance, send us a message or ping us an email or whatever. It can just be a place that you can just come and hang out, come and get a bit of company, because the one thing we recognize as celebrants and sole traders and working on our own is sometimes celebrancy can be a wee bit of a lonely job. So having somewhere that you know you can come to get some support. And I know some celebrants we know work quite remotely around the country. So not only are they working remotely, but they're also living quite remotely as well. Mm-hmm. So having done the online training, we discovered just what's lovely is we know that people that we trained online have carried on with the support groups that they joined. So we see the surgery as something a little bit like that. It's a weekly support group. Nikki and I, both of us hopefully will be there. If not, at least one of us will be there. And as I say, we'll just kind of troubleshoot any little celebrant things that you might want to talk about. The Learning Lounge will be a monthly either half day, full day. We'll be posting up details of this as over the next few days. That's going to be a little bit more intensive and more specific, aimed. So we'll be covering everything from marketing to creative writing to social media and masses of things, care for celebrants, a little bit of well-being, all that kind of thing. But they'll be much more, the Learning Lounge is much more about masterclasses, about concentrating on one specific thing. As a member, you'll get automatic access, free access anyway to the surgery. The Learning Lounge, that will be open to non-members, but members, again, will get subsidized access to the Learning Lounge. Then we're also setting up regional groups, and we're absolutely thrilled that we've got some volunteers already from around the country who are very much ready to. We decided with the Celebrant surgery in mind, we thought we might call them the district nurses. No, not really. Not really. Sorry, I do like to run with a metaphor.
Yeah, really.
Not really. Yeah, not really the district nurses. No, but someone who, whether it's a liaison or a I don't know, a celebrant ceremony or anyway, whatever we're going to call you, a liaison of some kind, someone who would be happy to liaise with celebrants in their area, organise get-togethers, meetups, casually, whatever. Again, the plan is that Nikki and I will get around the country because we're going to be training around the country as well. Our first training course is going to be in Brighton, but after that, we're looking at venues around the country, different areas, because wherever we train, it will certainly be easily accessible with rail and links, etc. So that will be happening, meetups and people liaising with that. And if anyone would like to volunteer to be one of our local, I'm going to keep saying it now. I have to not do it. I need to get that away. I think it's like call the midwife.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to be one of our liaisons, please get in touch. We're looking for volunteers. As I say, we've got some already. Please get in touch because, again, if you get involved in that, there will be a little bit of incentive to do that. It'll be very much incentivized for your membership. Equally, if you've got something that you can offer the surgery or the Learning Lounge, thrilled as well that you would let us know what that is, and happy to incentivize that as well. Is that even a word? I think it is.
It is.
I've been listening to too many marketing videos.
That sounds
right.
As well.
Anyway, okay, back to you, Nikki.
Yeah, so you've said about meetups and things like that. And then the other thing, we were lucky enough, Jacqueline and I, to meet at one of Lisa Lister's independent celebrant retreats.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just fantastic. And we've just been on another one, which was postponed.
Yes.
After
Stretton House.
Yes. And it, again, really, really fantastic. So
it's a wonderful way, isn't it, to meet people and really hang out with celebrants. And what Lisa does at the independent celebrant retreats is just fantastic. So take a look at that. With us, we'll be looking, we might not call them retreats, we haven't quite decided yet. It could just be away days or away weekends or
short courses or
don't
something.
know yet. But we'll be doing some kind of residential get-togethers as well for members at a later stage.
Absolutely.
Usually the plan is to have them fairly focused. So say a couple of days residential, really focusing on your marketing, your social media. but I dare say it'll probably be quite fun as well. It's not going to be all fun and all work and no play. It'll be lovely. But yeah, and
Celebrant training was what I was going to mention.
Training.
So
yeah.
as we've already mentioned, we are experienced trainers. We have between us trained nearly 200 celebrants now. And as we've done, we've learned every step of the way. And what we've sat down and worked out between us is a series of courses. So there are going to be options. You can either do a wedding and family course, 3 days, a funeral and celebrations of life course, that's a 3-day course, or you can combine and do a 5-day course. Very, very interactive live training, and that is our most important thing. We're drawing on so much experience between us. We're able to answer questions about what's happening now. And again, we're going to be listening. We're going to be working out, does it work better for some people? Maybe we do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday 3-day course, midweek courses, whatever it might be. And we're going to be basing ourselves. So our first course, which we'll be announcing shortly, will be based in Brighton. And we're going to be offering it on the fact that it will take place. We've got the venue already. It will take place in that venue, but it gives you lots of options. If you've got friends or family who live near Brighton for the first one, you might choose to stay with them. Or you might choose to stay in particular accommodation, join it on, make a little break of it, whatever it might be. But they will be based all over the country at different points this year. And so hopefully you will be able to benefit from, and we've got some amazing feedback, haven't we, from the training that we've done already.
Absolutely. And the feedback as well that's been amazing is for us to design and put together a whole new curriculum based on the experience of what we've learned. So not only do we teach wedding and funeral celebrancy, we teach the most basics of writing ceremonies and writing and delivering ceremonies, but we're also looking Nikki's social media whiz of the century woman and has just learned to make websites in the last week. But we're looking at everything. So we're looking at how we actually set up our businesses, how looking from our experience and other celebrants' experiences, we're looking very much at equality and diversity within the industry and within the couples and families that we work with. We have patented our whole new training plans, which are very exciting. Can't wait to share those with you. But the main thing, again, is just the fact that because we actually do the job on a daily basis, we're hardworking celebrants who, I believe, let's hope, at the top of our game, and bring real life experience to what we're doing. And what we're teaching. So yeah, really excited. Really excited to launch this.
Support for the students. So at the end of that 3 or 5 days, you're not going to be just sort of left to your own devices. We'll be there championing you. I can't say that this morning. I don't know why that
tried
is.
That twice.
I got it wrong twice. Must be the champagne already.
2 sips.
2 sips and I'm done.
Lightweight.
But we will be supporting you and you will receive the first year of Inner Circle membership when you train with us.
Okay, I think we could go on forever about everything that we offer, but we just wanted to come on and kind of say hello, introduce ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear there's a bit of Celtic going on here. There's a bit of Celtic going on with you as well, but it's a little bit more covered up.
Yes.
Just to round up, what we wanted to say was, number one, we need something from you. If you would like to join us, we have an invitation immediately for you. We're setting up some roundtable seminars where we would like you to get in touch with us. We'll send you an invitation, depending how many people we get. Hopefully we can get as many of you as possible, but we'll certainly run a couple of them, where we'd like you to tell us what you want, what would benefit you either as a member, or what would benefit you to come and train as a celebrant, or what kind of CPD you would like, continuing professional development, what kind of mentoring and what kind of support. So come and tell us at these roundtable gatherings. So if you'd like to volunteer, either give us a call or better still, send us an email, info@the Circle, and we'd love to have you along to join us. Please feel free to share with your friends, with anyone, links to our Instagram page, links to our Facebook page, links to our site, phone number, email, whatever, and anyone is welcome. They will answer questions as and when they come in. Delighted. As I say, we want this new organization to be something very special, different. Yeah, so let us know what you want. We know what we want. We know what would work for us, and we're hoping that the same will work for you. So let us know. All right.
And our strap line is life. We've only got one. We've got to make the most of it. Love, of course, it's what it's all about for certain. And learning. We're all lifelong learners, as we've proved in the last month.
Have we ever? Have we ever?
So welcome to the Celebrant Circle.
Take a look at our video. We've popped a video up. That's something we're also going to be able to teach you, is how to make videos. And our lovely Ryan, we need to give Ryan a plug, don't we?
Absolutely, of our Funso Visuals, who has been incredible working with us in a very short space of time. Very patient, but brilliant.
Yes, he's been great. So, and see if you like my poem that I wrote.
Yes,
I decided to become a poet. So
Fabulous.
Yeah, lovely to see you all. Thank you for those of you who came along this morning. If you're watching this again, very impressive. Have you not had enough of us? Those of you who couldn't get in, sorry about that, but hope this helps a little bit. But seriously, if you've got any questions, if you'd like to be a volunteer, if you want to take part, if you want to just hear why the circle might be just that little bit different, give us a shout, let us know. And here we go.
Cheers.
Ching. 2022. Let's
Looking
make it a
forward
good
to
one
it.
for celebrants. Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.